Yeah.
It's their own character.
It's kind of a personal thing too. You know, it's like it's however you get there, as long as you get there.
Thank you.
Sure. Take a bow. I like that.
Alright, so I've had the pleasure of seeing some of your previous panels, and I noticed a lot of people asking questions like, what's it like? How do you get into voice actors, and then how do you do this and that? That just kind of led me to wonder, what do you not want to do? In essence, are there any behaviors or phrases that you hear when you're in voice acting that just kind of make you roll your eyes? Yeah.
Why don't you take that one, Donnie?
What do I not want to do?
Yeah, just
Don't eat and do a recording at the same time. Don't smoke and do a recording at the same time.
No, I think if you're a creative person, the reason you're in this business is because you want to do everything. You want to try everything. The problem is you want to stretch it too far, usually. You know, you want to take it outside the box. And usually the directors have to pull people back. I think in the recording studio, they really want actors who are constantly exploring, pushing out. They want to be able to push back and say, no, calm down. You know what I mean? They don't have to pull stuff out of people.
Not eat. Because the microphone picks it up when you're right in the middle of a great line.
Next question here. Well, first off, hello again. But I just wanted to thank you guys for being so informative about your craft and really demystifying the process for everybody. And I have two quick questions. One, have you guys done a lot of work in Seattle because of Microsoft and Nintendo? And Tara, I would love to hear your Arlene impression because I heard your version yesterday and it's so close I don't know how to be any closer to that. So.
This is my first time in Seattle.
Mine too.
This is my second time in Seattle. I was in Seattle 23 years ago. Doing children's theater. Yeah. I was in a van, touring in a van, going to schools, back and forth, all up and down the Pacific Northwest. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful treat. But no, Xbox hasn't really brought me up here with Gears of War stuff. And, I mean, I've been to Epic in North Carolina, around in Durham.
So is it more common to record somewhere else and they just kind of send the files wherever it's
There's a lot of recording studios in Los Angeles that people, you know, they'll come to Los Angeles, whatever production company, you know, if they're from Seattle or if they're from, you know, somewhere in North Carolina or what have you, they'll come to LA and record at certain studios. Technicolor is where we recorded Gears of War. There's another place called LA Studios. There's a lot of stuff recorded. There's many really good studios.
Sometimes they don't even have to be there. They just call on the phone. There's an ISDN, and we can speak to producers from all over the world, really.
Yeah, it's true.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go to the next question. I'm sorry, can I hear her really quick? Like the 100%.
Oh, the 100.
Oh,
the one that.
now you're gonna mess me up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the door.
I can do it myself, Bat Brain. You'd think after living with Mr. J all this time I'd be used to a little pain.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have a question for John.
Yes.
You played a character named Franklin in Gears of War, and he's kind of sounds like Bender. So how much did you put Bender in Franklin?
Franklin was, I was just playing around with Franklin, and then they, yeah man, Franklin was like this. I mean, Franklin was this dude, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, all right man. And I was just joking around in the studio, and they were like, that's really great, we want to use that. And I was like, really? All right. And we just did it. And you know, sometimes when you do a voice, if you get it to a certain level, it starts to see. Bender is a lot of it's just so forced, and it's just at the very front of my face when I do it.
It's very, very forward, right?
So if I push something to that limit in any other voice, sometimes that's what people say, oh, I heard Bender. Oh, I heard Bender in there. I heard a little Bender, you know. You know, it's a giveaway, but you know, it's my voice. I can't do anything about it, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I guess, wow, it's the first time I ever heard somebody say Franklin sounded like that. Shit, I gotta get better.
Hello. All right, first off, you guys are seriously like my favorite people in the world, and you are inspiring me to go into voice acting, like as a career. How do I do that?
Wow. Well, get some acting lessons. You can record a demo. You can, you could probably go take some voice acting classes. Try and work in your local radio station, or if you go to college, work on your college radio station. God, what else?
Yeah, I think that's good advice. Any acting class you can take, and I think especially improv classes are good to be able to think on your feet, and singing lessons to, even if you're not a great singer, just to learn how to pitch your voice differently. And if you do have local classes that have studio time to do that, and then I would say actually to not make a demo, John DiMaggio.
Okay.
Sorry, until you're really ready, because they're expensive, and you want to do it after you've taken some good acting classes. And I would suggest, you know, if you can get into an acting class with people that cast shows, that's a nice way that people get started. And make a demo reel when you feel really strong. Because if it's a weak demo, they're never going to listen to it again, and you might not get another shot. It's not an industry that's open to everybody come on, and it's very hard to break in. So you want to be at the top of your game.
And knee pads. Oh, that was just me. I'm sorry.
No, I would agree with that. Acting classes. People think of voiceover work, I think, as, you know, as almost stunt vocal work, and it's not. It's more about acting.
Yeah.
Getting into the character, getting into the head. And the thing is, once you get into the studio, there's very little chance to screw up. So you have to have a lot of flexibility. You have to be able to really play. You know what I mean? You have to be really flexible as an actor. Be able to go a lot of different ways.
5 minutes or he's leaving it alone. Good luck with your career.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I just want to start by saying, you know, I love you guys. I grew up with, you know, Bender, Bubbles, Timmy Turner, and Batman. So it's great to, you know, see you guys and hear you guys doing your acting in front of us. It's really great. Now, my question is, do you guys ever kind of get, you know, while you're doing one voice, do you ever pop in another voice by accident just because you guys have so many at this point in time?
Oh, I've made a mistake.
You have?
Every once in a while it slips, but you know, we just keep it together.
I think mostly, like I said, because we create these characters, we don't confuse them from show to show. But once in a while, if you're arguing with yourself on a show, you're like, oh, that was the wrong person. Let me get back to this one. And you're right, you're right, why are you making this stuff? And it's like, oh, that was the wrong person. Sometimes that can happen.
But that's what the directors help too, like Andrea Romano.
Oh yeah.
John and Sarah, Final Fantasy X was the first voice game in the series, and I think I wouldn't rather have anyone else on that than you guys. I think you guys really helped make it what it was and stepped up. Terry, you said it was really difficult to record video game stuff because you're on your own, and you have to record based on what's already there. How hard was it to do that all bad?
Hard.
Like, did they give you any pointers or any guidance?
Hard. There was a gentleman there that knew Albed inside and out and had dictionaries and was at the ready. You had to speak some Albed, didn't you? Did he?
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, and they're all ready with their pronunciations, and they know how to pronounce every word of this made-up language. And thank goodness for them, because I don't know, when people say, can you speak Albed now? I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Already. It's tricky.
And John, can I get an assistant in your Waka voice?
Yeah. Take it easy, brother. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so
Twilight is best pony.
Thank you.
And, oh, I forgot the
As long as you said Twilight was best pony, that's okay.
Tara, would it be okay if I could request a sample of Juliet from the Lighthouse Chainsaw?
Oh. They want Julie.
Oh, yeah?
Anything that comes to mind.
Trenner.
Not a specific line.
Gonorrhea. You've got gonorrhea face. Gonorrhea. Face. You've got gonorrhea face.
I want to play that game. Wow. Gonorrhea face?
Yeah.
That just freaked
It
me
is one of
out.
my
man.
lines.
Wow.
You don't have to say gonorrhea face with a straight face.
Going back to Final Fantasy X, first of all, I know I'm fluent in Helvet, so.
Wow, see?
Umujui, I love you. This is for John. So going through, like, listening to Waka specifically, I don't know, I just had a sense of the character, and so sort of like before I even knew what he looked like, I was trying to like mentally picture. And so when I did see what he looked like, I was like, oh, he's white. Being from an island myself, you fooled me. So I just wanted to ask, what was your inspiration for that? You know?
Well, it's funny that you ask. Wow, that's funny. No, I learned kind of how to speak in a pidgin tone from my ex-fiance who grew up in Kailua on Oahu. And the first time I went to Hawaii and I heard the pidgin accent, I was like, wow, that is the hardest, toughest sounding accent I've ever heard in my life. Now, I grew up in Jersey, right? I want to hear it come, hey, yo, get out of here, take a walk over here, yo, hey, come on. You hear those voices, that's scary. When you see a big Samoan dude, look at you and go, what, brother, you like beef?
Sure, I like beef. I like chicken too. I don't know anything about it.
If you like beef, that means you want to fight, you know. Hey, man, brother. Scary. So that's how I learned. That's how I learned it. That's how I picked it up. That's what brought it up.
Thank you. Answer the question. Looks like we're out of time. I'm so sorry, but
Oh, let's get this guy. One last question.
My only question was, you talked about having tough skin, and I was wondering if, I know, at least Kevin, we hear someone else's Batman, like in the mainstream, it really frustrates us. Like for any of you guys, with your characters, someone else does them, whether it's in comics, or whether it's in video games or movies or wherever it is, does that ever bother you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, that would bother me. Well, yeah, it would, but you know, it doesn't, you know, it all depends. Like, whatever they gotta do, they gotta do. I mean, it's, you know.
It's out of our control,
We
so
don't
we
know.
can't take it too personally, but we're also human, so it's gonna hurt.
That's pretty much it.
thank you for the question. Give a big round of applause for Kevin Conroy.
This whole time, you might even be on it. So, yeah. So, please check out I Know That Voice on Facebook and like it. And we got a trailer coming up in about a week, and Tara's a part of it. Kevin's going to be a part of it. It's going to be great. It's all about voiceover acting. So check it out. I Know That